Main friends over at Good Nights Comedy got a special show coming up for you guys on Friday, May 9th and Saturday, May 10th. Friend of the show, man, we can't wait to talk to this young fella. We got my main man, Donnell Rawlings, joining us for the show. What's going on, Donnell?
Good morning.
Yo, let me tell you something. That show y'all got is full of lies right now, bro. And the reason why I'm saying, you said we got a young fella. You look at this chin, ain't nothing young about this. I got that Bill Belichick beard going on right now.
I know.
And
Bill.
I'm saying, if you ain't gonna lock Bill Belichick up, free Shannon Sharpe. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You
That's
got
good,
that right.
Donnell.
Cause Bill's on something, man. I don't know what he's on.
He said, free them both.
No, free them both. You know what I'm saying? It's just interesting, man. And our culture is so funny because this is what happens. Shannon Sharpe going up, creating a platform, especially for so many black people to showcase their stuff, promote their products.
Yeah.
We love them. NAACP awards, blah, 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 blah. This hit now, all of a sudden, everybody forget everything he's done for the culture, what he's done for sports, what he's done for podcasting. And the thing about it, and this was unfortunate about it, and this is all based on allegations of what somebody said, which isn't fair at all. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
It's wow. Yeah, you're right. We're talking Donnell Rawlings.
No, why you nervous? Why you got there trying to save my job voice?
Another thing is that you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful in this
Yo, I heard it. You hit that. You saw them. You saw that check going down the two. You said, 1,000, 2,000, 20,000,
We rock. We rock with this.
Donnell, let's talk about your show this week.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good night. Mother's Day weekend gonna be here doing this thing. What can people expect to hear and see when they come to your show, Donnell?
Well, you already last 2 minutes. You already know how I'm going. I'm keeping it truthful. I'm keeping it honest. This is what you expect, man. I don't subscribe to cancel culture. I don't believe in cancel culture. I think comedy is an art form that you should be able to speak how you want to speak, free, and people judge it from that, not being too soon, like I don't want to come.
Yeah.
You're going to get unedited. You're going to get unfiltered. People always ask me, Donnell, can a joke be too soon? And my answer and here's my answer. A joke could be too soon, but it never can be too soon it never can be too soon for a funny observation. So when you come to my show, you get an observational comedy, you get some self-deprecating comedy, but you getting somebody that's funny, and at the end of the day, want to make people laugh. My good friend Dave Chappelle, we talk all the time about comedy, the state of the world.
Yeah.
And he said, Donnell, it is our job to make people laugh in some of the toughest times. So if you're going through something, I look at my comedy show as something therapeutic. It's therapeutic for me. It's therapeutic from the audience. And if you've been following my career for the last 30 years, if you've seen what I did on HBO's The Wires, on The Corner, on BMF, on Showtime, on any of things, if you come see me do a live show, I guarantee you'll become a fan for life.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. We're talking to funny man comedian Donnell Rawlings. So we just heard that you're real raw and that you're unapologetic. But is there any topic that you think that comedians shouldn't touch right now?
I don't know if it's a topic you shouldn't touch, but I know that whatever topic you touch, you got to understand there'll be some consequences of what you talk about.
Right.
So I think it's very, very important to be selective on how you do it. Like I've had jokes where people say too soon that you would think like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. But once you get to the punchline and see what I understand, you'll see it as being funny. It's only a select group of comics that can literally talk about anything that's going on in the world and do it in a way where it's a funny and not offensive. Years ago, when I used to do a Ricky Lake show, there was an executive producer that was a member of the LBGT community, whatever you want to say. And one of the things he said, he paid me a compliment that when I first heard it, I didn't understand, but I understood he said. He said, because when the Ricky Lake show, it really catered to like women and the gay community. I'm not knocking anything. And he said, Donnell, the thing that I really enjoy about your comedy is that you can be insulting without being offensive. And that's a very, very fine line. And I think the best comics have the skill set to be able to do that.
Wow.
Man, we talking to a funny man that's going to be here Friday, May 9th and Saturday, May 10th. You may want to get your tickets now. Good Night's Comedy. Donnell Rawlings is going to be here. You know what? You just talked about, your style of comedy. You talked about how long you've been around the game and what you've seen. Talk about, real quickly, I know we just moved off of the Shannon Sharpe, but talk about the podcast, not the podcast and the number of shows that he's created and the popularity of those things. Talk about how that's possibly opening doors for other comedians to have other avenues.
I'll tell you one thing. Deep down inside, I believe that Shannon Sharpe wants to be a stand-up comic because that show's probably been in production for maybe 5 or 6 years. And for the longest time, he always wanted to get me on the show, but it just wasn't. It was conflicting with my schedule. If you notice, he's hosted some of the big names in comedy. I think that it's definitely a platform for stand-up comics to get introduced to their style. But I think that after the Cat Williams interview, people started to use it more as a gossip situation, trying to expose people and like blow people up. And even when I did the podcast, I was nervous about that. I was like, okay, what type of insensitive question is he going to ask me? Or am I going to go up there and try to throw people under the bus? And I didn't do that. And people, I got a lot of compliments from that interview of people saying, man, I learned so much about you from that interview. But the irony of what he's going through right now, there was a clip that he put, because I'm not in the same boat as Shannon, but I do have the mother of my child. I hate the word baby mother. Yeah. She's like significantly younger than me. Yeah. And then when we were doing his podcast, he came at me. He was like, Donnell, why you ain't trying to date her mother? I was like, she wasn't available at the time, right?
Wow.
And I missed her going through the clubs. And I ain't trying to throw him, but it's just so funny because he was like, and he was trying to be funny. He was like, Donnell, where did you meet her? Forever 21? Now, had I had the information I had then, I was like, I met her in the same place you met yours, at the gym, bro.
That's good.
I didn't want to drag. It's very unfortunate, but I do like the idea is that he's still pushing on, still doing nightcaps, still doing his show. Not as if anything didn't happen, but we got to give this an opportunity to let it play out the way it's going to play. You know what I'm saying? Now, it was a very young woman he was dating with. She wasn't a minor. She was a woman. And I'm not saying the choices you make are the reason why people do something. But I mean, it is something to be said about dating a woman, 19, that's on OnlyFans, and her job is to be provocative, be over-sexual, and to turn men on. So when you start looking at everything that's going on, you got to ask yourself, what is Shannon Sharpe guilty of? Morally, you might not agree with the age difference, and I'm not supporting that, but did he break a law? You know what I'm saying? And it is of my opinion that he had this young chick, he was hitting her off with some money, and some kind of way the cash flow slowed down, and now it's like, oh my God.
Yes.
Listen, I'm going on that one gorilla against 100 men. I agree with you 100%. Because if I'm out there and I'm 95 or 85 and I see the elder them first 2/4 men take, I'm going to chill out. And gorilla strength is a whole different thing than just regular man strength, you know?
Oh, man. Hey, and by the way, again, we talked to Donnell Rawlings, definitely raw on this conversation. I actually shared that clip with my colleagues, the clip you was talking about, that's what Shannon Sharpe was talking about you and the young lady you was involved with. I thought it was interesting. How do you think this is going to all play out at the end, in your opinion?
I think, first off, a lot of people don't understand in this business. People always say, oh, he must have been guilty if he offered her $10 million. But in this business, you know what I'm saying, popular public opinion means a lot. For the average person, you said, if I didn't do nothing, I wouldn't do it. But now I'm about to get $100 million contract, right?
Yeah.
And it's called like just making a story go away. I don't feel good about this $10 million, but do I want this to play in the media for 6 months, start losing my endorsements and everything?
Right.
So with that, I don't think that just because you wanted to offer something, it's a submission of guilt. I just think in some situations, and I'm sure your lawyer looking like this, when it comes up to my fees and everything, even if you win, an idea of public, you still lose.
That's right. That's right.
And what I do think that is that it's a lot of people that feel uncomfortable about the age difference. But here's what I think. When it comes to that, and it's not going to be everybody's popular opinion, they're always talking about if you date a younger woman, you were grooming her. You was grooming her. But guess what? Whether y'all know it or not, there's some young women out here that be grooming old heads. you know how it feels when somebody say, "Hey, daddy, I don't mess with no young men. They can't do nothing for me. I like a man that got his stuff together and everything." Next thing you know, your old ass just got groomed. So, and then and the way they don't want to look at it. And this is what they take it around. This is what they understand. They acting like this one. They could say, "Girl, 19, you're a woman." They act like this is a person that was in Catholic school, had ponytails, pigtails, you know what I'm saying? Had her family in her life. And I guarantee you, some part of this story, that woman is a woman that probably had some type of daddy issues and made her vulnerable for a person like Shannon Sharpe to step to her. I believe that. It might not be the popular opinion, but that's what my thoughts are. And at the end of the day, I think what's going to come out of it is that it was somebody that was out there trying to get a cash grab. And even in those videos and those doctored tapes, you know what I'm saying? Like, those videos are doctored. Right. One of the things they said is Shannon wanted to pay this money because he didn't want his personal life out there like that. But the way that was said, it sounded like they had a relationship with somebody like to get choked.
Well, I think...
Wow.
There's a time and a place. There's a time and a place for a choke. There's a time and a place for a choke.
That was role playing.
Man, listen, man. But see, here's the thing.
He said somebody like to get choked.
Yo, here's the thing. When you don't agree with everybody else and you say of your opinion, people try to be critical of you. You know what I'm saying? I think there's some people that do role play. There's some people that like some rough stuff. It's of my opinion. I don't have everything, but I think it was a situation like, this is the way we play. They had a conversation that led to something on that phone. And the thing is, I look at it like this. This kind of reminiscent, I'm an old head. I remember back in the day when a very popular mayor in Washington, D.C. named Marion Barry was in a situation.
He got set up. He got set up, man.
No, I'm going to say it. He looked, when they jumped out on him, he looked down, he said, "Man, the beast set me up."
They had a t-shirt. They had t-shirts with that on.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to use this term. When you cat whipped, all that go out the window. Yeah. When you cat whip, you don't think none of that. And Marion Barry should have had the presence to know. Normally when I come in town, it's going down like this. Something ain't, as my friend used to say in the military, something ain't sweet in the milk. Shannon should have known something wasn't sweet in the milk. And now he's got to deal with the consequences of making some unfavorable decisions.
Outstanding. Donnell, man, thank you so much for joining us.
This has been outstanding,
this was
brother.
Great. Thank you.
And when you get in town on Friday, you come by the show too. Come on by Friday.
I'd love to do that. In closing, I said, come to my show because I need to get these private school tuitions paid and everything. And I want to say in closing, if you know at the end of the show, I'm rich. I won't say it again. I'll let y'all live.
Good, man.
Thank you.
Take care, brother. Appreciate you always.
Man, you don't want to miss it. He'll be there Friday, May 9th and Saturday, May 10th. You guys don't want to miss it.
Oh, my God.